Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at a couple action figures made by Mego. These are brand new ones based on Planet of the Apes. We've got Cornelius over here and Dr. Zaius. And this is a very nostalgic kind of review for me because I had versions of both of these figures when I was a child, made by Mego, and they looked very much like these two. There are some differences, and we're going to talk about those a little bit in the video. And this will be an in-package review too. I'm only going to just describe the articulation. I've actually gone over articulation in several different Mego videos, so if you wanted to see, how the articulation works, you take a look at those videos because I'm not going to do that in this one. But we are going to talk about the packaging, and we're going to talk about some of the differences between these and the originals. So I love the packaging. This sort of like dark photo of like the Statue of Liberty sort of invokes the sort of dark message behind, the Planet of the Apes movies. So, and this is based on, we got a picture of Dr. Zaius from the movies to his movie version. So, back in the 70s, basically, there was a TV show based on Planet of the Apes. So a lot of the action figures back then were actually based more on the TV series than they were on the movies. So Cornelius is pictured on the back. On these, you also get the write-up about Marty Abrams, and special thanks given to consultant, sculptor, and seamstress. This is typical on all Mego packaging, too. So, really love the look of the packaging. I'm guessing it's going to be universal across the board, but they may change it up. We'll see, because I know that they're just getting started on this particular series, and it's very exciting, very nostalgic, especially since they decided to make these look, as much like the originals as possible. Although they made some changes, and you can see on Dr. Zaius, in the original Dr. Zaius, the hands and the body itself were the color of his face. In this version, it's all orange. So like basically the orange that's here is continued throughout the entire figure. So he ends up with these orange hands, which look a little weird, but I'll tell you what, I may swap them out eventually for ones that are more the color of his face, and that's certainly possible because these figures can be taken apart, and the individual arms and legs and stuff can be interchanged. So it is maybe worthwhile to do some customizing on these. Same with Cornelius. You can see his hands are the color of his beard rather than his face. So, and on the originals, it was the color of his face that were the hand color. So another major difference on this is in this sort of tunic part, the leather part, in the original there were 3 lines that came down from the neck, sort of straying out. So that's a little bit of a difference between this and the vintage, which honestly it makes it distinguishable from vintage immediately. So there's no confusion when you look at this versus a vintage example. No one's going to say, oh, like that must be vintage, No, you're going to know right away because of the differences in the uniform. And these are special boots too on Dr. Zaius too. I believe these are more or less a reproduction of the boot that was originally made for Dr. Zaius. I could be wrong, but I know there's like a little inscribing on the side of the boot that makes it look unique to a Planet of the Apes kind of figure too. So overall, I'm really, really happy with these. I'm so glad that Mego got the license to do Planet of the Apes. It's something ever since they came back that I've been hoping that they would get. And so very excited to have these 2 figures. And just want to say thank you, Mego, for bringing these things to life and, making me happy. So we'll talk about the articulation a little bit here in the package. So there's basically a spin on the head. Shoulder articulation it's almost like a ball joint, but extending it out very far runs the risk of like knocking the shoulder out of whack. Single joint in the arm. You got a joint this way and a pivot in the wrist. At the waist, it's like a ball joint. You get front and back, side to side, and twist. And then at the leg, sort of like a ball joint as well. And then single joint in the knee, single joint in the ankle. So I've gone over the articulation in other videos. So if you're interested, you can go and watch those videos, and I show what it looks like out of the package. That's pretty much all I have for you today. Again, just really excited to have these in my collection. I just got them from Big Bad Toy Store today. They just delivered, and I just wanted to make a quick video to share this with you. So if you like the video, please click the like button below. And if you want to see more reviews of Mego figures, please consider subscribing to the channel, because I will be reviewing a lot more Mego figures in the future. So have a nice day. Thanks for watching.